All right, everybody. Thank you for waiting. We're going to go ahead and start this AMA. I'm Moa Master. I'm here with Scott. We have Fish and Bash down in the audience joining us. This is another AMA that we're hosting. There's been a lot that's happened in the last few months, so I know there are a lot of people who want to ask some questions. So we're going to knock those out of the way. Thank y'all for taking the time to be here. It means a lot to us, and I'm sure y'all are curious to have your stuff answered, so let's get going. The way this is going to work is I've already aggregated a list of questions from the AMA questions throughout the course of time we've had that open. So I'll go over those first, and I'll let Scott answer those, and then I will take questions from the audience intermittently throughout that, and then we'll go from there. So the first question: will you have stock calibration? And if so, how much will we be able to tweak the positioning, etc.?
Yeah. So, hey guys, everybody, how are you? Long day, even probably longer night. Just got into Hartford, Connecticut from Southern Florida. So stock calibration is definitely going to be a thing. And honestly, we've been working directly with Abraxas from Mammut VR. I'm sure a lot of you all know his stocks. And on top of designing sort of a custom stock exclusive for Ghosts of Tabor, we really liked the way that the game contractors did it, and that was sort of Abraxas's whole thing he did as well. Is he hasn't seen a game do it as easy and clean and as well as contractors. So while we're going to take that base idea, I do think we want to tweak a few little things for a bit more customization, but only time will tell. But yes, there will be stock calibration. There will be a custom Ghost of Tabor stock that we will release through Mammoth. Something I don't think anybody's seen yet. So it'll be pretty cool.
Nice. All right, second question. How many people per match? And I assume that means how many people per raid when you're loading into it.
Yeah, so right now the testers are playing Missile Silo, which is one of our smaller maps. While it's pretty big, it's also quite small with what we're really going for. Like comparing Missile Silo versus Island of Tabor is like night and day difference. Missile Silo is like 8 people right now, and I don't think we'll go much higher than that for that specific map. But then that does not count non-playable characters or people that join later in raid doing a Phoenix run. So your base, still from Tarkov here, PMC, Ghost or Volk that can join will be 8 for this map, but it will vary in a greater number across the different maps as they are released.
All right, cool. Will be interesting to see how that changes across each map. Will mechanics and graphics be compromised to work with the Quest platform?
I don't think so. We've got some pretty intelligent people here on the staff, and I think today Proper even released a beautiful video with some actual Quest 2 gameplay, and I don't see that there's going to be a compromise. Well, PC will look like PC, and Quest will look like Quest. I don't think you're going to see the PC version looking like Quest, but and I also don't see. I know there's another question coming up. I'm just going to go ahead and knock it out, Mo, because to me it's the same question. I don't see how being on PC VR in the game with what we've built and the way we're building from Quest from the ground up will cause any type of difference in playability and competitiveness among the different people on different platforms of play. I know that's coming. That question.
Definitely is on my list. So
Mark it off. I'm done with it. Move.
yep. All right. This one is definitely more aimed towards testers. What can testers expect to find and do during the beta phase? Things like how many guns, backpacks will be included, how will healing and other basic mechanics such as trading and joining a raid function.
Trying to think how to answer that because they're already doing it, right? So right now, healing is nerds, which we've released and shown. What was the rest of it?
Just essentially asking what can testers expect in the most basic function, like how will joining a
Most
raid
basic
work.
function are okay. So our minimal viable product, that's your MVP. It's literally your game stripped down to its bare essentials, where you show off a little bit of everything. So far, you have your safe house, You can see how the upgrading of safe houses will work and door unlocks will work. There's actually content creators already starting to push this content out there. Danny, True Gamer for I think True Gamer is Brax is. I mean, there's several. I think York is doing a video as well. Um, so I mean, you're already starting to see that information roll out, even now with like Proper's gun wall, like that's already functioning. It's still buggy, but it's working. And we got a great guy on it, Bash. He's one of our great game engineers, and he's been working pretty tirelessly getting this gun wall perfect. And we're just about there. He's pretty intelligent guy, whether he realizes it or not. Sometimes, because I know our game dev gets frustrating, but you can do everything. You can join a raid. You can find junk loot to put in your backpack to take to the traders and sell. You can go to the trader market. You can buy stuff based on your reputation level with the trader and also your level with the trader by versus like your level. So you have two different levels with traders, reputation, and then level. So you need to level up both of those, very much like Tarkov, which Mo you know very well.
Yeah.
You can sell stuff to them. You can buy stuff through them. When you come in and you have like a level 0 trader, you have a very limited amount of stuff on the walls that you can buy. But as you level up your trader and gain level points and reputation, then more stuff appears and becomes unlocked. So, I mean, the bare minimum functions are already there. You can even accept missions to gain money. Right now, it's like kill one NPC, kill one player, kill 5 players, kill 5 NPCs, kill 25 players and 25 NPCs. And Patty, who is the game engineer working on our leveling system and a lot of other systems, just like all of our engineers are, he is currently working on like, hey, go collect like a spark plug. This trader needs a spark plug. So it's going to be the same mechanics and stuff as Tarkov. While we're still, 6 months into this, the level of where we're at is it's astounding. Like when we were pumping this up and telling people what we were going to have, everyone looked at us like, yeah, bullshit. Well, we're there, guys. Like we're doing it. And we've gotten some reviews from some pretty good critics that have been very critical of us from the get-go that we allowed access to on this MVP. And they were completely blown away. So I'm pretty pumped with where we're going.
Hell yeah. Just to piggyback off the content creation, a lot of y'all are curious about how the stuff actually looks. Make sure to check out our content creators. They are the only people who are allowed to record and put out stuff on Combat Waffle's behalf. And then of course the Combat Waffle YouTube page. Definitely go check that out if y'all haven't seen it, because that's the pretty much only other way, short of being a tester, to get your eyes on this. All right. Next question. In Tarkov, different hearing protection. Oh, there we go. Sorry, y'all. Scott's a busy man. He's always on the move. So I'm very much appreciate him being up here with me while he is quite literally traveling the country for business. So in Tarkov, different hearing protection offers different perks in terms of variable sound amplification or suppression. Are we going to get something similar down the line in Tabor?
Down the line, yeah. Yeah, definitely down the line. It won't be a release feature, but definitely as we continue to build and upgrade down the line, we'll get things of that nature for sure. I'm very happy when people say, "Oh, you're nothing but Tarkov." You're exactly right. I'm going to embrace that because we're the only ones that have the balls to do it in VR.
Hell yeah. All right. Will there be dog tags or another form of identification upon getting a player kill?
Yes,
Nice. Yeah, a few of these are short and
that's all
sweet.
I'm going to say. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm
Um,
not going to explain it because I don't want to give away something that is being worked on and that we haven't fully decided on how it will function yet. But yes, there will be. I can tell you, I did speak to Ray, who's the lead game dev, game engineer, and I know right now when testers die, you get a little screen that says like you died. Press any button to continue. It sends you back to your safe house. Well, we're working and it'll be in our full system, but we're going to push it to this MVP build for testers as well, to where it'll even show the person that killed you, how far away they were from you, and the type of weapon they were using. So
nice. All right. Will there be thermal and night vision scopes or sights? What about handheld NVG systems?
I don't know about handheld. I don't really see the point. This is a military shooter, not a civilian shooter. So I don't really see the point of handheld NVGs. We do have multiple 3 types right now. 3 or 4 types of NVGs that mount to your helmet. And what was the other part of it? And the thermals, yes. So we are working on thermals, yes. MVGs are already working on Quest and PCVR, and now we're just working towards getting our thermals done, which you'll have black hot and white hot thermals.
That'll be cool. Thermal and VR is definitely something I'm looking forward to. Will the Quest port of this game take longer to come out, or will it release alongside PCVR? And will it be crossplay?
We will be launching Quest when we launch PCVR, and it will be crossplay. It already is crossplay. People like Infish, who's in the chat, who is our lead developer, software developer here, he plays on Quest only. So
Will you be looking to prevent immersion breaking player movements such as jump shooting and fast wiggling?
already prevented, yes.
I'm sure that
That was
may-
one of my big, literally early on from the start. We had onward players and everybody else, that we know and stuff. Even Counter Strike. I mean, Counter Strike contractors. Like I played for one of the two top teams. One of them was Strive, the other was the Leftovers, and I played for the Leftovers the first season of VREL. And nothing pissed me off more than the people that were just jump shotting all day.
yep, I'm
So that
definitely
is gone. That is completely nerfed in our game. Same thing with we heard nothing but horrible things out of the I don't know what you call it, jiggle peeking, the ultra fast jiggle peeking. That's not going to happen either here. So
hell yeah. That'll be a big divider, I'm sure, in the community. What is the gamut of engagement distances we can expect in Tabor? Can we expect a lot of long and mid-range combat, or is the game more focused on CQB?
um, both, mixture of both. And I can't give.
Uh,
Sorry, people are loud near me. I'm at Walmart.
no worries.
Um, Jesus, I'm trying to walk down aisles and people are really talking to their husband and stuff. This is lovely, guys.
Thanks for bearing with us, Council.
Oh god. So yeah, there'll be a mixture. And I can't comment on the length of distance of this time. I'm not sure. We are limited in that due to Quest, but I can't. I'm not the one to answer that question. That'd be one of the game engineers. Unfortunately, all of them were working pretty hard today, so they are not here tonight.
All right. How does a round of this game work beyond just finding bits of loot? Is there a few big cache objectives? Are there gameplay mechanics or objectives to help you, or, or objects to help you locate these spots?
So we're not going to have a lot of helping UI guys. It's something that we don't like, and that's one thing we've already been complimented on by some of the critics that have played it. Is not using this 2D UI elements. It's going to be hey, find keynotes. You'll have a compass, and you may get a heading to head towards, and you may have like landmarks you got to look for items on. There will be quests. There will be looting. There will be, uh, you know, stuff for you to progress. But like, there's not going to be a ton of help in this game. Like, we don't want to make another 5v5 shooter, and we really do want to mimic a Daisy and a Tarkov and an Arma, where yeah, you may have some type of UI because we do have the uh, eye implant devices because it's 2044, but we're not going to go overboard on that.
Hmm. Okay. Can we expect to repair and clean our weaponry similar to Into the Radius?
Not at release, but shortly after. Yes, I'm very heavily into that. And then Elijah, who has the game engineer who has been setting up all the guns. He does all the attachments, the scopes, all the customization of the weapons, the monstrosities that you've seen so far. Him and I are on the same page where we want to see this go, especially with the gun vice that we have in the game at this point.
Hmm. Will there be an opportunity for testing before full release that will not require personal information to participate?
We have talked about releasing like I don't know, like a short, like maybe like an offline mission beta or something like that. But we're still talking about that.
Very nice. And then these next few were actually written, excuse me, while the AMA was live. So will we be able to reconnect to a live game?
Um, we are leaning that way. Yes. Yeah. We are trying to accomplish that upon release. Is that you'll be able to reconnect to a server if you get disconnected. Yes. And I can't remember what we talked about specifically because we don't plan on having insurance, but we do plan on allowing you to reconnect to a live game and be able to get back in and with no issues, that kind of stuff.
Cool. All right. Can we expect to see a comp league from VRL when it launches or soon after launch?
Soon after launch, because we're actually going to have a dedicated comp mode that we're going to have to focus on as well as updating the game.
Nice. Can players physically go prone, as in prone in real life to go prone in game?
Can you say that again, please? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can players physically go prone, as in going prone in real life to go prone in the game?
We do plan on tackling that probably after release. Yeah, we do plan on maybe doing that as an upgrade. We've seen how it goes with Onward, and Mo, you and I have talked about it enough. Why it's a really cool feature. Um, typically, when people update things, they break it horribly, and it seems like Onward does that a lot. They'll update something, and then it just breaks um, the prone and that kind of stuff. So we are thinking about doing that, though. Yes.
Nice. There's actually a follow up to the competitive league in VRL. Will it be expected to be at the VRL LAN next year?
Um, I don't know. I couldn't tell you right now, man.
Fair enough.
Probably, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we'll have our own land. Maybe we'll waste $35,000 and host our own land. Oh, did I say that out loud? My bad.
By the way, for everybody in the audience, I see one person with their hand raised already. Feel free to raise y'all's hands. I'll drag y'all up here. You can also just ask your question. You don't necessarily have to write it out in the AMA question. Is this game OpenXR compatible?
Yes, we're only running on OpenXR. You have to sit your OpenXR
Nice.
for
All
our
right,
game. Yes.
Cook. I'm gonna bring you up here. You've been patient. Thank you very much.
Oh no, I forgot. Oh no. Hello, Scott and Moen Master. Moen, I
Hello.
Hey, what's up,
remember
Cook?
you from playing, Onward
Oh,
competitively for VRML.
what's
And
going on?
Scott, I live in Stratford, Connecticut, so what do you do?
Oh, hey,
um,
it's cold up here.
yeah, yeah, it is, dude. Real quick, so I never really played games like this before, and I heard you talk about competitive, and this might be a question that was already asked prior to like AMAs, but is it like would it be like a 1v10 or like every man for himself or like
No,
a
so the
5v5? I don't know.
so the comp mode is going to keep the same basis of the game, of the maps, the mechanics. It'll be max 4v4.
Okay.
And we're actually looking at if you ever played Hunt Showdown, which is a great game to play.
Yeah, I played a
Um,
little of it.
okay, so we're looking at actually we took a lot of inspiration from Hunt and then tweaked it a hell of a lot. The rest of it just a lot, but yeah, it's going to be sort of like that kind of a comp mode. We discussed it several times, but and I think on VR Jungle podcast I talk about it a lot when they interviewed me a couple months back. But yeah, we are planning on doing team v team. It'll probably be like 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, topped out 4v4. Um, which I think you prefer anyways from my past gameplay of games like Hunt and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be just sort of based off Hunt Showdown, but just like tweaked a little bit and what we felt like was a little better. And Elijah, who's one of our game engineers who I spoke about earlier, he's a huge Hunt player, and so is Ethan, our lighting designer, and they got me into it. And it's a really cool game that I think a comp mode of that in VR would be super dope.
Mm, I do agree. Yep. All right. Well, that was pretty much it. I appreciate you taking the time, both of you guys, to be here and answer questions and shit.
Thanks, Shook.
Yeah, yeah.
Anytime. All right. Bible Crusader. Come on up here.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going pretty good. Um, I just was able to test recently, thanks to TBH over at Havoc. A little shout out to him. Um, are you guys going to add a P90 to the game? And I know it's early development, but other is that something that's already in the game that you just have to
It is.
unlock later, or
The P90 is already in the game. It's just not available to testers yet.
okay, cool, cool.
Yeah, it will
That's
be.
like
We're
my
gonna be so we're gonna be doing a
favorite.
lot of hot fixes and a lot of rolling out over the next so testers are gonna be pretty much playing. We're gonna do hot fixes constantly and push new things every time we push something. So you almost be playing one like directly the builds that we're testing. You're gonna be playing those builds live as testers. But yes, you will see a P90 in the game. You see a lot of guns in the game. I think there's like 80 something of them already in the game, and we have like another 20 to add.
Okay, cool. One of my other question, or well, it wasn't a question, it's a statement. But the way that you set your backpacks up, VR has been needing a system like that for a very long time. Like this, traditional inventory with inventory slots and stuff like that. All the flat screen games have them, but having that three-dimensional backpack that you can actually put stuff in and have everything organized is just piece de resistance, basically, is what I'm saying. That's awesome.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad you liked it. Elijah,
But
I don't think he's here, but he would be very happy to hear that. He's the one that created that.
but yeah, you guys have a lot of things that are super super duper solid. I like it so far. I only played one night.
Good. You're gonna see it get even better as we keep pushing some updates. I know they've been working on a couple hot fixes the last 2 days, especially like saving your gun wall and like bringing stuff in and out of raid and stuff like that. Where some small bugs, and they're getting it worked out pretty well, and it's gonna just get better from here, man. Sky's the limit.
Cool. I was able to take a look at like the shop and buy some things, but it didn't let me take them in the raid. Do you start every raid with nothing, or
No, that's just a bug right now, unfortunately. But
oh,
they are already working on that, and I think that'll be fixed in the next hot fix.
okay. I kind of figured so. I didn't know what the best way to report things was. Is it just the ticket on the Discord if I run
No,
into
just go to your round two bugs channel and /bug bug. It'll pop up a
oh,
little
okay.
box and you put your bug in. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't see that channel before. I must not have had it when I played. Because I as soon as I got the code, I hopped on, and I must not have been added to that yet. Alrighty, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Thanks for coming up here. All right. Got a couple more written questions. So I know we have a couple people who've been waiting with their hands raised. Just give me a second to read these off, and then I will pull y'all on up here. Can we expect modified weapons like in Tarkov?
Already a thing to a certain extent, yes.
Will the safe house be customizable?
Um, it's going to be predetermined to start, but I would like to see the ability to decorate and do stuff like that. Like I think that'd be pretty cool. We have a lot of grand ideas, but again, a lot of this stuff is going to come out after release.
Nice. And I guess to extend that question, will the safe house be upgradable?
Yeah, the safe house is already worked on upgradable. You with the tester C, because if any testers are listening, I'll give you a little heads up. The little room with the tables and chairs that block off that hallway in the back, past the sign that says radio. There's a whole other world back there that you all can't see yet. And yeah, the safe house is big. Moa, you've seen it all.
Mhm.
Moa's one of the few lucky ones that got to see the full thing since from the start to the finish to where we're at now, really.
I have
And
been.
yeah, it's a chosen one. But yeah, it's going to be very customizable, expandable, a lot of different stuff. It's super cool. Even the room that the testers can see now and that we showed off today, the gun collector, the room that you see Proper's character in is actually the second room, not the first room of the armory. So there's a quick peek. I just broke my rule on confidentiality. I'm gonna get sued by myself. Just broke my own NDA.
Oh my gosh. All right. I don't know which of y'all raise your hand in order, so I'm just going to guess my best guess. I apologize if you weren't first, but I'm going to bring up average.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Took me a minute to figure out where that button was.
Oh, no worries, man.
Thank you much for having me up here. Just a quick question. You had spoke earlier on just the multiple maps that you'll be having. I was curious if you had kind of a foresight to how many maps you'll have at launch, and if you'll be going into maybe some DLC maps.
So at launch, I really want to have at least a minimum of 4 maps. And I know that
Okay.
doesn't sound like a lot, but the maps are massive and there's a lot to discover and a lot to do. Um, and we just hired our new guy, Seb, came over from Surreal, who Ray came from, and then David came from. And Surreal was Epic Games, um, like lead VR development company, and and Seb is their lead VR map maker. So he's already started working on Island of Tabor, which is probably gonna be one of my favorite maps. I would compare it to like Labs in Tarkov, but it also has an exterior with a lot of cool stuff and other buildings and places to go. So I would like to have a total, honestly, of about between 10 and 12 maps. And I do think there will be a downloadable content map later on in the future, and it'll actually be like Death Mountain Pass or something like that. It'll be a snow map, which I thought Tarkov needed forever. They need a snow map so bad. And it really, that came about because we're working on a new blood system right now, with blood splatter and even blood dripping to the ground to where you can track people you've shot until they heal on the ground. So I figure in the blood map, that'll be super dope. So yeah, we're working on a lot of maps.
Awesome. If I could tag on to that question as well, are you looking
Sure.
at possibly with the DLC to be like a walkabout mini golf type format with the DLC where you'll pay per
I don't
map, or are we looking at something that's going to be a bulk kind of map thing,
I
like a
don't
map
think it'll
pack?
be a per map. I feel like that's sort of shitty to do to people after they already spent money on a gun on the game, right? The only thing that I think
Awesome.
will
Yeah,
be
no,
that
thank
type
you.
of DLC, the only thing that'll be that type of DLC is if you want, like, we have the John Wick gun pack coming out, right? Like that'll have to be DLC individual. But again, it's going to cost like between $2 and $4 if you want to use
Yeah.
John Wick's guns. Like so, and I think we've teased about it, and I think it's actually a thing. We're going to even release Proper as a downloadable content character in game that you can play as. Like this again, I've used this phrase tonight once, but the sky's the limit on this kind of shit. So, and I don't no VR game taps into this kind of stuff yet, and I don't really understand why, especially shooters. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, but map wise, I think you download one, you pay for one DLC and you get all the maps that come after that. Because if I expand to 20 maps, like that's sort of a scumbag thing to do, right? Money's great, but like having a little bit of decency as a human is also great too.
Yeah, definitely. If I could sneak one more in, because that'll probably be my
Sure,
last one for the night as well. Have
let's
you
do it.
looked into possibly something like the try before you buy feature on Quest? Do you have any opinions on that? Or if
We
you did, oh, go ahead.
uh, we've talked about it, yeah. So it's sort of our tutorial is not going to be very long, and the reason we're sort of hesitant on the try before you buy is because you already have the 2 hour refund window right on Steam and Quest, I think.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, I'd rather you just try the actual game to where you can get the full feel of it than a little bitty snippet for 10 minutes or whatever it is, and refund it if you don't like it.
Okay.
Like that option's already there. I'd rather somebody get the full. I can only pack so much into a try before you buy because I don't want somebody to have access to everything all of you all are playing. So jump into the middle of it, feel the intensity of a firefight. Who was I fighting the other night? I think I was fighting Brax or somebody was in. Maybe it was Galaxy or somebody like that or Danny. But like, I want people to be able to jump into the map and miss a silo with the Thompson with the drum mag on it. And then all of a sudden you see a dude behind a container and you all get into a blown out true on firefight that happened to me. Like, guys, I was in the military, I was deployed, like my heart was racing. I was having so much fun. Like I'm addicted to our game already, and even Ray, our lead game dev, like I'm not trying to like toot my horn or our horns, but like Ray talks about, it, I was like, dude, I want to play Tabor. Let's get on and play Tabor. And like, and we're trying to work all day. Like, it's already because of the type of game it is in VR. It's super addicting. So I think the moment you actually get in and play it, you'll never refund it because there's nothing like it. Nothing's going to give you that heart pumping thrill like this does.
Nice. That's a great answer, man. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I really do appreciate it.
Of course, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your support.
Yep, definitely.
I can definitely second the blood pumping sensation, and I have.
You were there, Moa. You watched me have that firefight around the container.
Yeah, and Brax was the one you were fighting.
Yeah, it was Brax. Yeah, that was.
All
I haven't had a Tarkov like blood pumping like that in forever.
Get pumped. All right, I'm gonna bring Tipic up here next.
Sure.
Hey, I just wondered where you guys, because you'll obviously be supporting like a competitive sort of league side. I wondered how high you guys would prioritize it. So if you look at Vale, where it's like top of the priority list, and then like you compare it to Onward, where it is like almost completely irrelevant. Just sort of wonder where it would be at.
Oh yeah, I don't see us giving any more attention to any difference in attention to either one of those. Our main goal right now is to produce Ghosts of Tabor, get it released, get the bugs fixed, keep the updates coming in, and then move over towards the competitive mode. But I think that's going to take a lot of focus too. And by the time that does happen, we'll definitely have a few more devs on staff to give that dedicated attention. So I don't see us treating one over the other. I'm a competitive player, but at the same time, sometimes competitive is just not what I want to play, and we get that.
Yeah, I get that. And one other question, will there be like skins or other items that are able to be purchased within the game? Because that is not something that you
Yes.
sort of typically see in VR at the moment. Okay.
Yes, we are planning on DLC skin packs. Not as crazy as Call of Duty. I don't know if I want any anime girls all over guns, but maybe. I know my 3D modeler would prefer that not to happen. But we may offer that kind of stuff. But yeah, we do plan on DLC gun packs, camos, all that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
And like you said, it's a very missed opportunity in VR, even for the players. Like they just don't get that level of interaction, and I just don't understand why.
Cool. Thank you for answering the questions.
Yep.
Going up. Alrighty, Astreus, come on up here.
Hey.
Yo, what up, everybody?
What's up?
How's it
Yeah,
going?
How's
we
it
have the launch
going?
party.
Yeah, I've got my seat hopefully reserved, and then looking at flights and
Yes,
everything,
sir.
get all squared away. So,
That'd be a good time.
first of all, thanks a bunch, guys. Thank you so much, Damage X, Scott. It's awesome to get to chat with you on the phone or whatever
Yeah, you
finally.
too.
And Moa, same. I know we've all talked multiple times via VRL
Yeah.
chat and everything else. So, I haven't had a whole lot of time to dive deeper in the game. As you both know, I'm still on active military duty stuff, so I've been super busy lately. But one of the and I try to follow the Discord as much as I can and can afford time to. But as we all know, with contractors in VRL, there's been some issues with exploits outside software possibly, and it's hard to track all those kind of things. But do you guys see better anti-cheat system being in place if there's not one already there?
We will have an onboard anti-cheat system from day one of launch.
Okay, cool. That's awesome to hear because, I mean, I've always been a competitive gamer, and I'm sure everybody else here, it sucks to waste your time and then go into a
100%.
lobby and get aimbotted or whatever may be happening depending on the game. So that's fantastic.
No, we agree.
And then my other thing is on the competitive mode, I think it's fantastic to come up with a similar / different idea, right? I mean, it's hard to reinvent the wheel in the 2000s, right? Like, I mean, everything's been kind of done for the most part,
Right.
but I think it's cool to see like a hunt style. I haven't played it very in depth, but I've kind of seen what it is, so that's pretty cool. I'll be interested to see how you transfer that to a true competitive game type,
Yeah.
because we're always used to like the 5v5, 4v4 Halo Call of Duty one life things maybe, or maybe multiple respawns. But do you
Right.
guys see maybe? And granted, you could what if all day, right? Like, so but if that style doesn't take off the way that you want or something like that, would y'all shift to a more traditional type of
I will never waste my time or money creating something that's already been created a dozen times in VR to watch it fail.
better? Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
It's been done. Like, there's no point in trying to reinvent this wheel and beat this horse. This horse is dead. Like,
Right,
anybody
right.
that's building a 5v5 bomb plant game right now is an imbecile, and they're wasting your money and they're robbing you blind.
Yeah, right, right. I agree. I don't wanna play another bomb defusal type game. There's plenty of them
Yeah.
out there, but cool. Yeah, I don't think I have too much else. I've been trying to follow and stuff, but I appreciate you guys' time and
Cool, man.
awesome to get to talk to you guys, and thanks everybody else for being here as well. I know you guys are all super curious, so
It's gonna be a good time, my friend. The testers, you got to play it. You got to jump in, watch the testers lounge, man. They're always blowing up with something. People popping off. I think at 9 o'clock tonight, there's a big like District Tories hosting like a big testers play, so that should be a good time.
nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. Once I get I may try this weekend to hop in some, and get some games going. So the challenge system and contractors is just eating me alive on the schedule. But
I hear you.
anyways, so I appreciate it, gents. Thanks a bunch.
Take it easy, man. All right, got one more person. Come on up here.
Hey, how's it going? Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right, nice. I had a quick question about, well, I have two quick questions. First one, I saw that there was body movement and all that stuff. Um, Scott knows because prior military himself, you can use bodies like sandbags kind of thing. Is that going to be possible? Like, let's say, once you set up, can we stack bodies to make impromptu defensible positions?
You can already carry a body in your hands, and it stops some bullets. Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. And then other question is, for the hub, is it just the only your hub, or you know how everybody's talking about competitive and stuff like that? Is it going to be a situation where you can have like a team hub where we come in and we own the hub and we just hang out and do whatever prior to any match?
Yeah, we are talking about that post release about making your bunker safe house, whatever you want to call it. We call it a bunker. Because that's what it is. It's an old bomb shelter, old bomb bunker. About making that multiplayer accessible so all your friends can come in, putting some mini games in and stuff like that for y'all to fuck off in.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. And then last question, and this is an inappropriate one right out the gate, but as far as you said you can decorate and customize at some point in the future, even if it's not ready for launch. So are there going to be ways like have a strip club in your bunker, or like have a shooting range, not like a shooting range like that, but you know, like a paintball range or anything like that where you can practice your aim against bots or something like that?
I had never thought about putting a strip club in the bunker, but maybe that's actually a good idea. Maybe.
A strip club and a bar, by the way, so you can get a little buzz.
Well, here's the better question: is who's going to be the ones dancing for you? The AI, the Phoenix guys, or your friends?
Whatever. I mean, put girls in a bikini and top and bottom, and we're good. I don't care who it is. maybe whoever your team or yourself is currently messing up the most. Like if you're running into Fenix more or Voke more or Ghost more, maybe you get to take some of their girls and make them strippers for you. If there's a progression track or whatever.
All right, it's not a bad idea.
Man's trying to party in the apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. All right, that's my last one, though. I
bunker.
appreciate your time.
Take it easy.
Yeah, good.
All right, yo. There's a few more AMA questions written out. Actually, there's only one, I suppose. Will there be a possibility to steal enemy guns, secondaries from holsters? So I suppose, can you steal an enemy's gun right out of their holster?
No, you have to wait for that enemy to die. But you can take their magazine out of their gun when they're standing there if you can get close enough and stab them to death.
There you go. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to wait just a minute or two to see if anyone else has any questions. Feel free to raise your hand. I'll pull you on up on the stage, or you can write it out in the question section, labeled AMA questions.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Even if you didn't raise your hand and come on stage or post a question, I hope I was able to answer everything. And our mods are always here to help ask questions. I try to be pretty active in chat. We are, I think, like 140 or something days out from release. So, and anybody that is wondering if they will be selected, if they haven't been selected yet, we do plan on rolling out more testers like in round 3. So I don't think you're not going to get in or you don't have a chance anymore. Like there are more testers coming for sure.
Cool.
Pease has his hand up. Bring him up.
Yep.
Let's get it. Last question. I'm getting off here. I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
All right. Last one then, y'all. Pease taking the
I'm
crown.
old, man. Come on.
How you guys doing?
Very good.
What up, Pease?
So, since you're talking about it being a competitive scene and stuff like that, is there going to be like a spectator view or something for, let's say, a caster possibly?
Absolutely. Yes. 100,000%.
Awesome. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be into that then.
Yeah, that's a big thing
Awesome.
that I've had and I don't think everyone on the team's always sort of battled for that. No one's ever said, no, I don't want that. When it comes to the competitive mode, we 100% want the ability for people to be able to cast with inside VRL because they have some amazing casters like Big on PC, Nutmeg. Oh God, I don't watch them all. Disney.
Peace Gaming's a good
Voodoo,
one.
Pease Game. Yeah, Pease, you're a caster. Yeah. Pease Gaming is like the best one. Fuck those other guys I talked about.
For real.
So yeah, 100%. Like that's something we want in the game. We want a competitive mode that has a proper non-third party spectator mode, right? Not a third party app you have to look into. Like the contractor spectator is great, but it sucks because it's like another app and you have to wait on a refresh and you gotta sometimes it doesn't work and it's buggy. Like we don't want that bullshit. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. So yeah, 100%. You're gonna be happy.
Oh yeah, I'll
Maybe to where
definitely
like
be
you're
looking
like
into
flying
that.
a drone around watching the action. Like we've even talked about that, like making it to where like the spectator is basically a drone and you get to like
That would be
fly
sick.
around.
Yeah.
We've talked about doing all that stuff. So it'd be pretty cool. We've got some grand ideas and not enough time to get them all done before release, but definitely after release.
Awesome. I'm excited to see that. I'll definitely be looking into that. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on up, man.
Thanks, Pease. Go watch Pease on VRL.
Yes, absolutely. He's one of our casters, and he is very good. All right, y'all. Well, that was our last question. Thank you for taking the time to show up. If you showed up late, this is recorded.
There weren't any more AMA questions?
When will this come on Quest 2? But we answered it.
At release.
Yeah.
Tactical Dab 86.
And
all right, boys, girls, whatever you like to be called, I don't care. Have a great night. Tell your mom that you love them. Don't do anything dangerous this Friday night. Don't do drugs. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Weed is bad. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just bullshitting at this moment. Mo, that was directed at you. Don't do weed.
All right, bro. All right.
Stunt your growth.
Yeah, I'm really sure.
I'm tired, guys. I'll see y'all later.
Take it easy.
Have a great night.
Thanks for showing up. If y'all have any more questions, I'll answer them in the AMA chat. Just keep posting them there. Otherwise, I will see y'all in the raid. Take it easy.